Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
नमस्कार, वेलकम टू कॉमन इंडियन वॉइस। आज फिर से हम लोग कश्मीर फाइल्स के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे और आज इसके बारे में बोलने के लिए, अपना रिव्यू देने के लिए हमारे साथ कर्नल अभी आठोले हैं एंड he will himself tell you what he thinks about the movie, and then I would also like to ask him कि reality से कितना इसका मेल है, plus I would also like to know कि उनका पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस क्या क्या है। वेलकम अभी कर्नल साहब।
हेलो।
Hi.
Yes, thank you for inviting me on the
Colonel Saab, thank you so much
meeting.
for coming. It is such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Yes, Colonel Saab, बोलिए।
You want me to first I will tell you my review, what I think about this movie. Actually, I rarely nowadays I rarely go and see a Bollywood film because all the theaters are closed. Whenever I get time, I go to the club and we see the movies over there. But during the last 2-3 years, no good movies have also come. But as far as the experience of this movie goes, this movie has finally जे मराठीमध्ये एक म्हण आहे, खुनाला वाचा फुटली. I hope you understand what it means. I cannot translate it in English or Hindi, but खुनाला वाचा फुटली असं म्हणतात. So this is actually Kashmir Files opens, it immediately teleported me to the era of 1990. I still remember during 1990 when this thing happened, all the newspapers only were flooded with a false kind of reporting that Kashmiri Hindus have fled Kashmiri Hindus have fled the valley without giving any reason, without any justification of that. Simply it mentioned that they have fled the valley. Now, in this movie, the reality which is shown, not many people know about the atrocities on the Kashmiri Hindus because nobody cared for them. I mean, Kashmiri Hindus were okay, fine, nikal gaye to kya ho gaya? I mean, we were very much indifferent about all those things. Later on, what happened was this movie. While watching this movie, each and every scene was so powerful. Anupam Kher's Pushkar Nath, the role of Pushkar Nath. Actually, Pushkar Nath is his father's name in real life. Pushkar Nath, then Darshan Kumar, the boy, भटका हुआ लड़का जिसे बोलते हैं. Then Mithunda, of course, Mithunda. And Belwadi, all these characters, they have played their role to the hilt. The Kashmir Files has brought to fore the reality, and there is one question which was asked in the film again and again. हमें किसी ने सुना ही नहीं. Actually, it is a fact. Nobody listened to what the Kashmiris meant or what the Kashmiris were saying. In the movie, I was invited for the movie, and in that movie, one of our group members, Mr. Rohit Kachru, 3 years back in our Kashmir conclave, he had given a 5 rupee coin to Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri. That time he had told him that आप एक काम कीजिए, आप ये कॉइन लेके जाइए और जब भी कभी आपको एक कश्मीरी भीख मांगता हुआ देखे तो आप वो कॉइन उसे दे दीजिए. During this film, at the end of the film, Rohit Kachru, while everybody was there, Agnihotri, then Pallavi Joshi and all the actors, I mean Darshan Kumar and all, he went to Vivek and he lay supine. He said, now what I am doing is, you don't object to what I am doing. He पाँव पड़ा उसके and he demanded the 5 rupee coin back. He said, since you told me you have not found a single Kashmiri Pandit begging, I want the coin back. That is the spirit of a Kashmiri Pandit. Each and every Kashmiri Pandit is highly educated. Some are doctors, some are engineers, some are working in NASA, some are working elsewhere, but they are highly educated. What the Kashmiri Pandits did when they came, because that was their punji, I mean education, and that was the seat of the culture. Kashmiri Pandits history dates back to almost all 3,000 years back. The Kashmiri Pandits history, Kashyap Rishi, the name Kashmir was given on Kashyap Rishi, because he was there, and Kashmir was called as the seat of education. I mean, जिसको सरस्वती and शारदा की उसको, I mean, blessings थी from if you want from Adi Shankaracharya. Then all the other learned people, they had gone to Kashmir and they had settled there. Charak Samhita, then all these Ayurvedic, they were developed in Kashmir. One more thing which I wanted to tell you is that Lalitaditya was the king of he was ruling Kashmir actually, and in 1310 there was an invasion by the Muslims, and they converted Hindus, they converted everybody who was non-Muslim. They broke temples, they destroyed our culture. And during the 70s, later on, there were after that in the 20th century, there were many riots which went unreported. The only thing which we know is about the 1989, 19 January. But much before that, during 1986, there were riots, there were killings of Hindu Pandits over there. The movie leaves a very deep imprint on a human psyche, that how we have ignored one full civilization of our country, how we have shown indifference to kya hai, haan, theek hai, I don't bother kind of an attitude we have shown towards this beautiful community. Many people, they ask, Kashmiris were, वो मतलब बुज़दिल थे. I mean, why didn't they fight? Arey, how can they fight? Kashmiri insurgency was in tandem with Farooq Abdullah, Rajiv Gandhi, the National Congress, PDP, all the muftis and all. Why do you think after 8 days of Mufti Muhammad Said being sworn in as a home minister, his daughter was kidnapped. Yasin Malik had kidnapped her and आराम से उसको छोड़ दिया, कुछ होने नहीं दिया. I mean, this is unbelievable. This was all set up. This was all a deep-rooted conspiracy. When Rajiv Gandhi was asked about Kashmir ka situation, he said, "What can I do?" Ultimately, he is a friend of mine. I mean, that is the kind. These people, they did not even identify Kashmiri Pandit problem as a Holocaust. They simply, there was an affidavit by the UPA government stating that they have migrated. They were not even given a status of refugees. They were migrated. They said in an affidavit, they said that they were migrated. So all this truth has to come out, and it came out 32 years too late. Though it is 32 years too late, I believe that the first signs of what do you call it, of awakening amongst the Hindus has begun now. Everybody who goes for the movie is shell-shocked by watching the scenes. There were many videos on the YouTube. One was by Ashok Pandit. It's a documentary based on Kashmiri Pandits. It was done in 2004, I believe, 2004 or 5. But during those times, not many people had access to the social media. So it did not reach the people also. It did not reach the plight of Kashmiri Pandits, their pain, But thankfully, during 2001, internet has educated. The internet also has a major role to play. It educated many people who were interested in that tragedy. Those who were not interested, I mean, I don't care attitude of I don't care. They just simply left it. It's a beautiful movie, and there are people who say that this movie is made for for capitalistic gains. He wanted to gain money, and that's why he did the movie. No, during our conclave in Pune in 29 June 2019, he, in a speech, he had said that he is making a movie on Kashmir Files. The name is Kashmir. He declared the name also. I was there. I was present in the conclave. I had participated in the conclave. It is called India for Kashmir. And he had said that he is making a movie, and he will complete the movie in due course of time. And thanks to Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri that he kept his promise and he has completed this film. It's a wonderful film. Every Indian should go and see this film. Bollywood, who cares for Bollywood? We don't care for Bollywood. This is a film. This is a real film.
Absolutely.
And this has to, and this has to be seen by each and every, especially the younger generation who were born post-independence, not even post-independence, post-2000. They don't know anything about it. They don't know what is Kashmir, what was the problem in Kashmir. The character which is played by Pallavi Joshi of that Menon, Radhika Menon, that she was a JNU professor, Nivedita Menon, and many of her clips instigating and brainwashing the students are viral in the internet. So that is a real character which she had played, and she had played a very negative role. Though she is one of the producers, she had played a very negative role in that. So that's it about, I mean.
I just want to add one thing. I had heard a lot about that movie Shaurya. So, I had asked my son that, have you watched the movie? He said, "Bakwas hai, maine dekhta. Tum bhi mat dekho. You will really get irritated." I just today, I sat down to see it. And actually, I'm very irritated because, wahan pe ek scene hai that a child is crying and the army officer is going and trying to shoot him. And it is again Hindu-phobic to the extreme. तो यही चीजें बॉलीवुड ने हमको फीड किया है इतने सालों तक.
Yes.
And that's why not only Bollywood but all the people who were in cahoots to bring about this genocide, they are rattled today. They want the movie to be banned.
Yes, they want the movie to be banned. Not only that, the movie is. There were many reports wherein the movie was shown without air conditioning. The voice was muted. The tickets were shown houseful. But now what has happened is the public has arisen. The public का जो ये है ना वो they are now fighting for कि हमको देखनी है movie, आप कैसे नहीं दिखाते हो. They have protested to the cinema halls managers and owners of the PVR and all. They have protested. So it is a movement. I believe it is a movement in a positive sign. It is a movement. I mean, it is a very good thing that this movie, though it has come too late, it is a very good sign. It has aroused the sentiments of scores of people, and many people are now aware what happened in Jammu and Kashmir. How they were staying in Jaktis. I mean, Jakti is a tent. It is called Jakti. I mean, that is the name. Yeah, Jakti. How, in which conditions they were staying, these poor fellows, they were driven away, they were raped, murdered. They were driven away from Srinagar, and suddenly they found themselves in temperatures which they were never used to it. I mean, Jammu has got a temperature of 45 degrees. Just imagine how they would have lived in the Jakti. 8 people were living in a tent. You must have seen those tents on viral videos and all. How would they lived in those tents? It was impossible, but in spite of that, their spirit never gave up. And today, what we are seeing is a confident Kashmiri Hindu community, which has taken the lead, and yes, they will definitely go back to Srinagar. Their first win was removal of Article 370 and 35A. By removing the article, way was made कि आप जाओ वहाँ पे, you could purchase, any Indian could purchase land, any Kashmiri girl can marry any Indian boy, and vice versa. So it has opened the gate. Now it has opened the floodgates. But having said that, it is not only that आप जाओ और वहाँ पे रुको. The security of those people has also to be taken care of, which the Home Ministry and the Defense Ministry is looking after it. But you see, what has happened during the last 32 years cannot be set right in a span of 1 year or 2 years. It will take time. It will take time, and we have to give time to the Modi government, to this government, which has done so many good things to this country. They will definitely do it. I hope it is done in a systematic manner. That is the reason why after removal of Article 370 and 35A, the retired veterans of the Indian Army, they were given the first priority to go and settle there. They have made camps over there. They have built buildings for them, so that they want now that. See, what has happened is, after the exodus of, I don't want to call it an exodus, after the sad thing, the demography has totally changed. So now they are changing the demography. They are delimiting the entire electorate, so that there was no Kashmiri Indian Hindu Prime Minister for Jammu and Kashmir. So now all those things have changed. So I think everything should fall in peace. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. And you have said everything, explained everything in such a simple way. And I think we both will keep requesting people, the way you people are going and watching the movie, please do.
Yes.
Please do. And
I want to add one more thing.
Yeah, please.
Sorry to interrupt you. I
Please.
want to add one more thing. I am still, I still don't understand why these people like Rana Ayub or Arafa Sherwani, or for this matter Nivedita Menon, Arundhati Roy, they are spitting venom against this nation. And why this government is not doing anything? I mean, that is the question. This Nivedita Menon has brainwashed JNU people like anything. Of course, JNU is a leftist hotbed. I don't disagree on that, even Aligarh Muslim University. But I don't understand what kind of a generation is this? What kind of a generation is this which is easily brainwashed without doing any research of their own, and just listening to some professor giving bullshit to all those students, and they are absorbing all those shit. Kachra bolte na, they are absorbing all those shit, and they are sloganeering Azadi Azadi and Kashmir tere ye hoga wo hoga, Bharat tere tukde honge. I mean, what kind of a generation is this? I don't understand.
Exactly. Even I don't understand, because a few days back I had tweeted on this very fact. I said that even if people are coming and telling you, why didn't people cross check? Second thing is that why has the conversation in our in our drawing rooms, in our bedrooms changed to such an extent that the children do not, this new generation does not know things. I think even the parents need to step up, and they need to discuss things at home. They need to tell their kids, because somewhere it is lacking.
Absolutely, but I want to ask you, Isha, how would the parents educate the children when they themselves did not know what happened?
That is also
I knew because
I knew it.
Yes, people like us knew it, but majority of the parents, they did not know. I mean, they were so indifferent that it is their problem, it is not our problem. I mean, that was the kind of attitude they were having. वो कश्मीरी लोगों का प्रॉब्लम है, what is it to do with me? It was that kind of an attitude.
मेरा
attitude था ना, मेरा क्या लेना देना है उससे? I mean, every person in India is having the same attitude. I want to read out after that, after summing up, I want to read out something to you. at the end. I will read that out, which is beautifully penned by
So I
somebody.
just want to end with a request.
Yes.
जिन्होंने मूवीज देखी है, आप लोग प्लीज कश्मीरी पंडितों के साइड्स लेके खड़े हो जाइए, उनके लिए न्याय मांगिए। जो मतलब कोर्ट्स भी अभी न्याय देने को तैयार नहीं है। मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा क्यों केसेस नहीं हो
I am shocked. I am shocked.
I'm
I am
shocked.
shocked, Isha.
I'm
The
actually shocked.
Supreme Court in 2017, the Justice Chandrachud, a two-bench Supreme Court of India bench, they threw out the petition twice in 2017,
Too much time has
stating that
lapsed.
too much time has lapsed. What nonsense!
What nonsense.
And they have time to light a candle at midnight for the hearing of a terrorist's death sentence.
Exactly.
They have got time. They have got time to discuss Rohingyas, whether they should be kept here or not. They have got time and to give pass on judgments on Bangladeshi illegal immigrants. But they don't have time for Kashmiri Pandits. What kind of a nonsense is this?
And you know, we are accused of trying to break the country or whatever. But then, you know, standing up for the truth. थ्रूआउट जनरेशंस, आप अगर एंशिएंट इंडिया से भी अगर आपने देखा होगा, जब भी आप सच के लिए खड़े होते हो तो आपके अगेंस्ट में बहुत लोग आएंगे। फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए, आप सच के लिए ही खड़े रहिए, अगेंस्ट में नहीं। आप सच के फॉर में खड़े रहेंगे तो आपके अगेंस्ट में लोग आएंगे। डजंट मैटर, डोंट गिव अप एंड स्टैंड टुगेदर, स्टैंड टुगेदर। प्लीज मूवी वॉच कीजिए, इट्स एन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी मूवी। एंड कल भी मैंने बोला था, आई वांट टू थैंक विवेक अग्निहोत्री जी, I want to thank all the team, Pallavi Joshi ji. I want to thank जिन्होंने मेन कैरेक्टर जिन्होंने प्ले किया है, who himself is a Kashmiri Pandit. Outstanding performance, मतलब उनका मैंने सारांश देखा था, तब तो उसका फैन बन चुकी थी, but after this, outstanding. Anupam Kher ji, no words to describe you. And लोगों को, friends, I am requesting you again, please do watch. And इतना ही कह के अगर अच्छा लगे लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। And अभी अठवले जी, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I want to sum up with a beautiful piece of it goes on to say, first they came for Kashmiri Hindus. They killed, raped and forced Kashmiri Hindus to flee. As it was a Kashmiri problem, I did not do anything. Then they turned tyrant and murderer Tipu into a hero. Some people from Karnataka protested, but it was their problem, so I did not join. Then they filed a PIL against Jallikattu, a Hindu tradition. People from Tamil Nadu, they protested. I didn't, because I did not bother. Then they converted Hindu women in Kerala in the name of love and hacked Hindu men to death. Some people cried, but it was Kerala problem. I did not do anything. Then they burnt Hindu houses in West Bengal and banned Durga immersion, Durga Puja. Again, some people spoke, but it was a Bengal problem. I was not connected. Then they settled 40,000 Rohingya Muslims in India. Some people who had killed Myanmar Hindus, I didn't bother. It was a Myanmari problem. Then they banned crackers on the eve of Diwali in Delhi. Some people protested, but I didn't. After all, it was a Delhi problem. Then they came for me, asking me to stop breathing because my breathing depletes oxygen level in the air. I protested. I begged other Hindus to come and help me. But unfortunately, no one came because most of the Hindus were dead already. A few demi-Hindus who were allowed to live told me to sort it out myself as it was my problem. This is penned in such a beautiful way by Shefali Vaidya. In the conclave, she had given this, she had penned it, and she belongs to Goa, and she had also she had spoken about the exodus of Goanese Hindus on that, but that's a different topic altogether. But it was nice having, interacted with you on Kashmir Files. So
Same here.
thank you very much.
Beautiful.
very
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Isha. Thank you.